What should I not miss in Barcelona? A 3-day itinerary. I'd say that Barcelona is not a to-do list that you want to check off. It's a place you want to see, but it's also a place you want to feel. This is James Whalen. I am officially giving you permission to take things easy, build in downtime, and enjoy what you're doing on your holiday. So as a local person living in Barcelona, if I were to do any one of the major tourist sites in a given day, it would be the highlight of my day. It would be something that I would talk about all of that week. I would enjoy it and I would remember it and I'd have a great time there. And I just want to urge you to not rush through things. Holidays are not work. I want to give you a 3-day itinerary that I think is very modest and relaxed, and you're going to see the high points, you're going to see the major points. I recently looked up some lists of must-see items and sites, and there were 30 and 40 and more things on these lists, and I think that's insanity to try to rush through and just check these all off. You have guidebooks of hundreds of pages that prepare you for a stress mentality that you don't want to deal with when you're here. So I'm going to give you a simple solution, a specific solution for how to see the high points on a 3-day trip. You're going to have an amazing time following this because it's going to be relaxed and easy. On the first day, assuming it's not your jet lag day coming off of a big flight, on your first day in Barcelona, what I would do is I would pick up the two biggest sites that come to mind for me. That's the Sagrada Familia and Gaudi's Park Güell. Now, the reason why I mention these right off the bat is you can buy online time-stamped tickets. So it's very simple. You get there at the right time. There are no lines, and you can experience both of these big sites. I would go up in the Sagrada Familia towers. The Sagrada Familia, I would do it early. I would do Gaudi's Park later in the afternoon because you can catch the sunsets there. These two sites are relatively near each other. And then after the park, I would walk out of the park and down into the nearby neighborhood called Gracia. Gracia is a neighborhood a lot of tourists never find, and it's definitely one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful local neighborhood that's full of local people and a great atmosphere. On the second day, I would work the center. I would get online time-stamped tickets to the Picasso Museum. I would get to the Picasso Museum as early as possible, so you have a chance of being there with less people. I would do the Picasso Museum with those tickets online, and then I would walk through the historic neighborhood, through the center, to the Rambla. I would walk up and down the Rambla and go to the big municipal market that's right in the middle of the Rambla, the Bocaria, and have something to eat there. I would keep walking. For me, I think walking is the best way to interact with the city, maybe through the old neighborhood and work my way up to Plaza España. In the evening, they have the magic fountains, and I would see the magic fountains in the evening there. It's something you do outside with a big group of people. The fountains, the performance occurs year-round. You have to check times depending on when you're here, but it's basically at 8, 9, or 10 o'clock. It varies a little bit, but those are the general time frames of it. And then on the third day, I would build in some downtime. Remember, this is not work, that you want to feel the place. I would go to the beach in the morning. I would stay down there. You can eat down there. It's a little bit touristic, but the beach year round is amazing. I prefer the beach in the winter when there's less people. The further out you go, the less tourists there are. And then I would work my way back into the historic area and just interact with the place and let yourself get lost in the feeling of the city. There's plenty to see, there's plenty to do, and there's no rush to this. This is James Whalen. We're giving you some specific solutions, quirky fun. A couple of other ideas just to keep in mind is if you want to do Montserrat, that's the monastery out on a mountain out of the city. It's basically going to take all day. I wouldn't try to plan a lot before or after it. I would avoid the cable cars because I don't think, considering the locations that it brings you through and the time, I don't think it's really worth it for a short trip. And anything relating to flamenco, I would skip in Barcelona. There's probably amazing performers here, but I would catch flamenco in in a more authentic environment. And then finally, if you have somebody in your family who considers Camp Nou, the football stadium, the soccer stadium, if somebody in your family thinks of Camp Nou as a place of worship, as many do, they may want to spend lots of time there. You probably can get through there in about 2 hours. That's what the tours normally are. So it's probably something you could put in another one of these slower days. That's all I got for you, folks. I'm giving you permission to enjoy yourself and not be stressed out. People get cathedral and castle fatigue. And just remember, this is a full city and you can do lots of things here, including look up the thing you love to do already in your hometown. Try your hobby here. If you try to go to a yoga class, do something fun here, go for a jog. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you being with me on these videos. We're having an amazing time. Send me some messages, send me some questions, grab the like button. I'll see you next video, folks. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.